What's up, guys? Foggy Train here. Today I wanted to do an impressions, honest thoughts for Starfield. It just came out, and I'm gonna see if I can do like I did with my Baldur's Gate 3 review, and somehow be able to capture this all in one go without messing up. So yeah, this game just came out in early access a few days ago. It's about to release, I believe, actually tonight at 7 Central Time where I live. And there is a lot of controversy about this game going on. It is like talk of the town, hashtag saying game of the generation and all this, which, as far as that much, I wouldn't go that far, I don't think, but I understand why people say it, because this game, it's something very special. First of all, I want to make it known that I'm going to try my best not to do anything spoilery, not to talk about anything spoilery. I will voice my concerns and issues with the game. Mainly, the UI, the user interface is, it's, now I'm getting used to it, but I still have times here and there when I actually just cannot find like my way out of something, or I just get lost in the menu. If you click on a planet, and you click B to just back out the menu, it'll take you to the solar system and then the galaxy, and then it just backs you out and then backs you out and then backs you out instead of just going back to the start menu, which is frustrating for me. There's probably a button I'm missing that'll just take you right back. I know there's a button that'll take you back to the missions, but if I want to get back to this whatever. Anyway, some stuff is frustrating. Another issue that I have that I'm not sure how it will work when considering the cities would be vehicles, or any way to move faster. Oh my gosh, there was a mission that I did today where my objective was like 1,000 kilometers away, or no, kilometers, Jesus, 1,000 meters away, and oh my gosh, it took forever to get there, like so long. Because I mean, I have a boost pack, but I'm just bouncing. It just takes so long. That out of the way, I'll see if I can think of anything else. Everything else is fantastic. Those are the only issues. People have talked about issues with, oh, everything's not fully interconnected and you can't fly directly out of a planet. You're not thinking about that. You're really not. This game is so interesting. The combat and gunplay is so fun. I see people post videos, which that's always going to be the case. People are going to post something just with horrible gameplay because the person who's playing it is actually just purposely playing it horribly. No, the gunplay in this game is very fun, especially when you kind of find like what kind of weapon you really like to use. I personally like pistols, and I like the Beowulf. That rifle is fantastic. Trying to think of other things that I've seen online. That's one thing. In the reviews that I've seen, a lot of people said that, oh, the first 5 hours or so are horrible and really hard to get into, and like, I wasn't loving the game. Man, I knew it was just the start of the game. So once I got out of the tutorial, the first step out moment, without spoiling anything, obviously, I just, first of all, for my first playthrough, I just mainlined the story 100% straight through. And it wasn't necessarily because I just wanted to get the story out of the way. I do that sometimes with games, but for Bethesda games, they're usually a special case, so I would want to just mess around with everything. But this story is so good. I was hooked like immediately. I wanted to know what was going on because I had my own theories about, New Game Plus. People were talking about how New Game Plus is kind of interweaved into the story and things like that. So I needed to understand what exactly it was, and I had some theories that I would like to talk about in the future. I would love to do a podcast with my friends actually to talk about this. I think that would be fun. But it took me by surprise significantly because I was not expecting it to be about what it was about to begin with. They marketed this game as like you're just out in space basically doing like space stuff, doing quests, There's some politics here and there, and then obviously they show that one little piece in the trailer where it looks like you're using some kind of gravity powers or something. Wow, this story blew me away. So good. And then, not to spoil anything. So this is not a spoiler, but when you finish your first playthrough, what I recommend is save your game right before you move into the New Game Plus, just to check it out and see. Because to make you aware, if you do New Game Plus, it's not like other New Game Plus games where you keep all of your items, your ships and everything. No, you lose everything except for your levels and your skills. That's it. So I was a little upset whenever I moved into New Game Plus and I realized, where are all my weapons? Where are all my credits that I just earned and all this? But yeah, so just keep that in mind. That I would like them, if possible, for them to patch that at least for a certain thing that you get in New Game Plus, without spoiling, obviously. In each playthrough you get something, and you lose it in each playthrough also whenever you go into New Game Plus. So it would be nice to be able to actually collect all of that, so I don't have to do 10 playthroughs for one, then 9 playthroughs, and then 8 playthroughs on another character, then 7 playthroughs on another character, and 6, whatever number that is. I don't feel like doing the math on it, but too many playthroughs to have to be able to get everything that is usable at the same time. Anyway, without mods. I don't play with mods. I've always just played, straight through. I like to get my achievements. I like to keep track. The suits in this game, like this one, if you could, kind of hard to see. Dude, they're so cool. They're so cool. They did a great job. I find my face looks kind of funny in the helmets. I kind of wish there was more options for editing the character. I know some people were saying that like this is like one of the best editors ever. I still think I prefer Fallout 4's, because you could actually select different features and kind of drag down like the eyelids and things like that to kind of make your character look more angry. But my guy kind of just looks like that all the time, and it's a little frustrating, but I keep a mask on him and it's fine, you don't have to look at him. And I've spent a lot of time in Character Creator. Like, if you go back and watch any of my streams, I have a lot. But yeah, so what I did is I mainlined the story, and I was so excited for all of my friends to finish it so I could talk to them about it, because this is something that it's very hard to keep to yourself. It's very, very difficult. My friend Blake, he finished it shortly after me, and then my friend Alec finished it last night. One of my friends also was messaging me about, he's like on his 7th playthrough right now, or he just finished his 7th playthrough, I believe. So I beat the game twice, right? Yeah, and then this morning I beat it another 2 times. So I'm in New Game Plus 3, I guess you would call it, because I beat the game 4 times. And man, I've decided to just park it right there, stay where I am, and I'm trying out some new quests. So that's where I want to move to now, the side quests. Oh my gosh, dude, they're good. They're like seriously good. I did one quest where I became this, like, without spoiling it, because I don't want to, like, it's so hard not to spoil anything, but I want to talk about everything. This isn't really a spoiler, this is just letting you know. There is a quest where you kind of find this lair, and you take on this mantle of this character that is really, really cool. If you find that quest and you do it, let me know what you think about it. I thought it was super interesting. There's so much lore to this game. The next thing that I did, and what I'm working on right now, is the Vanguard quest line. With the Vanguards, there's a lot of storylines with what's called terror morphs, which are these horrifying monsters. They're like the space death claws, but they're like worse. They use like psychic powers to like control you, and I mean they don't really control you, but you hear like voices and stuff, but they control the NPCs around you to make them fight you. It's so cool. I have theories about them. I'm thinking, this is a theory, I don't know this, just so y'all know, this is not a spoiler because this is just what I'm theorizing. I'm theorizing that with all the politics in this game and talking about xeno warfare and mech warfare, I'm assuming that the humans actually created these terramorphs. And it's just so, I can't wait to go back and find out. I just stopped playing so I can make this video. Exploration, I haven't, in other games like in Fallout 4, I spent so much of my time building bases. I never took the time to do that yet, so I don't have anything to say about that. For exploration, I haven't spent much time really just exploring. I'm really enjoying the quest lines. So I know there's a lot of exploring to do. Excuse me, sorry. A lot of stuff to find, but there's so, the quests are so rich in story and content that it's hard to stop and do anything else. I mean, I've went on this ship. I stole all kinds of like I went on, not all kinds. Sorry, I went on this ship and I stole a like this kind of alcohol or something, some kind of ingredients that someone could make a special drink that they've been working on for a long time to attract more customers, and they said they'll give me free drinks from now on, like I'm assuming like once a day or something. I ran into this random encounter where it's this tour guide that's asking me all kinds of questions. Well, not the tour guide, but the people who are the tourists are asking me the questions, and the tourist is asking me like, please answer these questions, or you can just dip, it's fine, up to you. And so I'm answering them, and there's this girl that's like, ooh, wow, you're a captain, you must have a lot of money, are you single? And my dude's answer was like, ooh, yeah, I am single and on the market and like looking also. And then the tour guide's, all right, that's enough, and they leave, but you get some credits for that. And man, the writing's so good. There's also, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling about this, but that's kind of what I wanted this video to be, just talking about some of my thoughts. There's a quest after you finish the main quest, assuming that something plays out a certain way. I'm trying to figure out a way to word this. So, Barrett, at the end of the main quest, talk to Barrett if you haven't already. Leave the lodge, go back in. Leave the lodge, go back in. Like, talk to him a few times, leave back and forth, because that's what kind of resets the dialogue. He'll have a mission once you beat the game. Not in New Game Plus, obviously, it has to be in the same playthrough. Once you beat the game, go talk to him a few times, and he'll take you on this mission. And it's just such a good quest. Like, it's pretty short, but man, the writing in this game, just the story, it's so full of just like heart, and like it's just so nice to see. Like, someone asked me in the replies in one of my live streams, they were like, would you prefer Baldur's Gate 3 or Starfield? Like, which one should I get? And I was like, man, honestly, it's a matter of your gameplay preference. Starfield is not the same kind of role-playing as Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3, you literally control everything about the world. Like, it is insane. There's still a very clear path for the story in this game. Like, you can't just beat the game within, like, an hour. Well, I mean, in your first playthrough, you won't be able to do that. I mean, you might be powered up enough to do that in the next playthroughs, but moral of the story is there's no workarounds in this game like there is in Baldur's Gate 3. This is like very much just, there's a story that you follow, but you can make choices along the way that will impact how the story plays out. Man, I'm trying to think of anything else, any other thoughts that I have on this game. I'm so happy that it's doing good. I'm so happy that Bethesda just like nailed it, I believe. 7 out of 10 makes no sense to me. I cannot see a 7 out of 10. It just doesn't make sense. I can see people docking points. I can see people docking points for how much you fast travel. The issues with fast travel. If there's one thing that like really would not affect the game much at all, like if you're trying to fast travel from a system, this is a star system right here. There's a star system right here, a star system right here, and a star system right here. Say you haven't discovered these two, but you want to get to this one, and this is the the trip, you have to fast travel to this one and then fast travel to this one and then this one. You can't go from this one to this one. You have to have visited every single one along the journey. That is frustrating and that sucks, especially when there's like 5 of them in the path that you haven't discovered yet, and you just have to keep going, fast traveling. Dude, that's just frustrating. I'm not doing anything at these systems. I want to get to my destination. That's why I'm fast traveling. Which, I mean, you have to fast travel anyway, but still. Just want to get that out. This is like a pre-review. I obviously haven't beaten everything yet. I've beaten the game 4 times now, but Jesus, this chair. I'm not fighting, it's the chair. Obviously, I want to do more side quests and stuff before I come up with a conclusive score. But right now, I could definitely see I can understand why someone would give it even an 8. But where I'm at 9.5. There are issues with the game, but it is very, very, very good. The issues are there. Also, another thing, one quick thing before, quite a few reviews mentioned that there were no glitches. I have had a lot of glitches, actually. Nothing game breaking, but one of the very first things I experienced whenever I went to a research lab with Vasco shortly after leaving the mine at the very beginning of the game, the audio just starts playing of him lasering with like his gun, like just but he's not shooting. There's no one there. It's just Vasco walking around, and he's talking to me, and I still hear the audio, and it played the entire way through the research lab. It was very, very frustrating, and luckily it stopped by the time I got out, I think. I didn't see him again, I don't think, until I went back to the lodge. But, yeah, that sucked. But again, like, that didn't break my game. It was frustrating. I did load back to see if I could get it to stop, and then he ended up doing it again at some point later on in the research lab. I was like, okay, this is just ridiculous. So, yeah, just beware. I mean, there's gonna be glitches. This is a massive, massive game, but I haven't come across anything seriously, like, bad at all. But yeah, that's most of my thoughts on this game. I think that the story has done something that I have never seen in a game. It seriously makes you think about so much more than most games would. Like, the whole time you're theorizing, you're questioning your beliefs and what, not necessarily in like real life. I know someone said that it made them like agnostic or something. But what I'm saying is, in the game you're like, okay, do I believe that there's nothing out there in this game, or do I believe that there's some higher power or deity that created these artifacts that we're searching for, you know? Which, that's not a spoiler. Also, that's just straight up what the game is. That's in the trailers. Just telling myself that to make sure that I'm stressing about it, because there's so much that could be spoiled for this game, and your best bet is to go into this game knowing as little as possible. Even spacesuits, like, obviously I have this one up because it looks cool, but I'm still discovering, 4 playthroughs in, I'm still discovering spacesuits that I didn't know were even in the game, and outfits and stuff, and I just want to keep on discovering more and more, because there are a lot, and they are so cool. Every time you find a new one, it's just, it's such a cool feeling. That's another thing, customizing my spaceship. I haven't customized my spaceship much at all. It's a very, very complicated menu. I'm gonna get around to it eventually. I just bought a new one. But yeah. Oh gosh, so many systems that they definitely could have tried to make it a little bit simpler for everyone. Like, have some kind of explanation for a lot of it. So there are systems for the skills, which the skill, obviously you click to unlock it, and then you have to do these challenges in order to actually unlock the skill, or maybe the next one. I'm still not sure how it works, because it basically isn't explained to you. If it is, I missed it somehow, and that's on me. But dude, it's so confusing. I still I have not messed at all with crafting because it takes so long to level up the skills that I want that are normally there in other games, that I haven't even taken the time to invest anything into my crafting skills in order to like upgrade weapons and things like that. So, yeah, I guess you could count that as another issue that I have. It's just it is a very, very complex game that you have to seriously take your time with. But I say take your time with to understand. I don't think you have to take your time to enjoy it. I think this game is very good, and you shouldn't expect to be having the time of your life right out of the tutorial. I mean, you have nothing, but you can go out and explore, and I feel like I don't understand how anyone would not have fun right out the gate, pretty much. Like right out the mine gate, going out exploring. It's fun. You should be I don't know. That's just me. I'm a big Bethesda guy. I really am. I like Bethesda, so maybe that's just me. But that's it now. Finally, for like the 5th time, I just wanted to talk about my thoughts on this fantastic game that is out right now. Well, out in early access at least, and yeah. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble for 20 something minutes about this game. If you have any thoughts that you want to leave, anything that I didn't touch on in this video, I'm sure there's a lot there. This is a big game. So yeah, if there's anything I didn't touch on, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything that you disagreed with or very much did agree with, and I'll 100% respond to you. I try to reply to all comments. So yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified, and come tune into some of the streams that I've been having. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Bye.